it's really important that we begin to change the mindset of young people to know that your vote counts.
They don't understand that the legislative arm of government is actually a co-equal arm of government.
We have an incredible amount of potential.
Whatever it is I was doing, because of my personal DNA, it had to be of an international standard.
Which is what, seriously speaking, is all about.
Yes, hello there. My guest today is Femi Adesina. He is a special advisor on media and publicity to the President Muhammadu Buhari. Prior to this, Femi Adesina was a staff of the Sun newspapers, where he rose to editor-in-chief. He also served a 2-year term as president of the Nigerian Guild of Editors. With many of his columns in the Vanguard and Concord newspapers, Femi probably has brought these experiences into the role as a presidential spokesman. However, in my interview with him in Abuja, he speaks of the challenges of constantly being on the hot seat, especially given the recent talk about the spiritual side of Aso Rock. He also speaks on the unspiritual side, as well as managing the brand of the commander-in-chief. This particular one, he agrees, is not a very easy one to do. Welcome to Seriously Speaking.
Thank
you. It's additional. It's nice to have you on the hotspot. But no, on my show, it's not a hotspot. Is it a hotspot?
Great. That's reassuring.
It's not a hotspot. You are the one on the hotspot.
Oh, seriously speaking?
Your job is a hotspot.
Seriously speaking?
Seriously speaking. But really, I mean, being an SA media, isn't it a hotspot? Isn't it a hot button job on its own?
It is. It is. I can tell you it is. Because you are, one, under pressure. Two, Constantly. Your attention is needed almost round the clock from all parts of the world.
Apart from your principal, not from your principal.
No, not from your principal. From my immediate constituency, which is the media. You're sleeping and it's 2 a.m. and your phone rings and you say, "Can I speak to Mr. Adesina?" I say, "Yes, Mr. Adesina speaking, but do you know what time it is in Nigeria? It's 2 a.m. They say, "I'm sorry, I'm speaking from..." It could be the US, it could be somewhere. Mm-hmm. You know, they don't consider the time difference, but it's part of the job to answer them at whatever hour.
Now, as a journalist, right, this is not unusual for you. Okay. You are used to being under pressure in the newsroom. Yeah. So this is, I mean, unless, of course, it's a different kind of pressure.
Well, I think it's similar. It's similar. In fact, I tell myself that what I'm doing now is just an extension of what I used to do in the newsroom. I did that for all of 29 years, so it prepared me for what I'm doing now. Mm-hmm.
But did it prepare you for the kind of attacks and feedback that you get? For example, what was that saying that they said, you describe those who are talking about the Boko Haram issue, this is my flag, as wailing wheelers? You do call wailing wheelers?
No, not the Boko Haram issue.
Okay,
it's just those who are not patient enough with the government. As early as a few weeks into the administration, they had begun to make all that noise. And I felt, oh, this was a new administration. You needed to be patient. You needed to see the direction. You needed to see where it was headed. But they began to make all the noise and make all the noise. They wanted magic. And then I said, why are they wailing like wailers? You know the Bob Marley band. It was Bob Marley and the Wailing Wailers. So I just said, why are they wailing like wailers? And then it caught on. And
were they unjustified, though? I mean, when you look back now.
Yes, I think it was rather early. I think it is even still too early.
More than 1.5 years after?
In a 4-year term. In a 4-year term, it's 48 months. The life of an administration in our own democracy, 48 months. You don't, in 1 month, 2 months, begin to shout and expect government to turn stone to bread immediately.
But you must also realize that people expected much more from our current president, simply because he had tried 3 times before. And then now, it meant he should have been prepared. He should have known that I'm going there to do X, except, of course, he didn't know he was going to get in the 4th time. And you've been with him for a long time.
Yes, I have been since he began to run in 2003. I had always supported him. I had always written, urging Nigerians to look in his direction because I believed he could
And
make
then
a
it was not a
difference.
function of because he was your friend? Or
No, not a function of that. In fact, when he was military head of state, I remember I was a third-year student in the university when he came, and when he was overthrown, we were just leaving university. So that shows you that I was mature enough to know the horse I was backing. I knew he was leading the country in a very good direction.
In that time?
In that time.
Even with all the austerity that he took us through?
Yes, because I knew that if Nigerians could just be patient and pass through that phase, we had a good phase ahead of us. Unfortunately, they didn't let him do what he wanted to do. So since then, I had always believed he could take Nigeria forward.
Why?
Somehow, you just meet people that maybe their lifestyle, their ways just resonate with your own. I was a student in the then University of Ife. He was head of state in Lagos. We never met. But looking at him from afar, I just knew that
What was the song? Was it the anti-corruption song? Was it the discipline song? What was it that was playing in your head?
I think discipline, because if you know how I grew up,
Your father was a principal?
Oh, my father was a school principal, and he ran the home like he ran the school. So when he came virtually with a whip then, wanting to whip Nigerians into line, it just... it
resonated with you?
Resonated with me, and I believe that if indiscipline was removed from Nigeria, a lot of other problems would be solved.
And you still believe that?
I still believe that. I also believe in integrity.
You know, our president is called Baba Go Slow, right?
And he said, he reacted to that before. He said, they call me Baba Go Slow.
Yes.
And he said, I'll be slow and I'll be steady.
Okay.
Yeah, there's still a lot of wisdom in that saying.
Yeah,
Slow
but
and
people
steady
need
wins the
action.
race.
People need action. You must admit that.
Yeah.
But the question I was asking you to respond to, which I'll come back to this Baba Go Slow issue, is wasn't he prepared? I mean, we didn't expect it to take so long. Even if it's been slow, he should have come prepared because he had tried 3 times. It took him months for the first list of ministers to come out. One would have thought a man who was ready to lead would know exactly his major players and he's going to give positions to.
If you listened to the October 1 broadcast last year, not the one of this year, there was a line in that speech where he said, order is better than speed. Order is better than speed. That already shows you what he is doing. You can be in a speed and then you mumble everything up. You end up in a jumble yourself. But when you do things orderly, at the end of the day, you will achieve more results. When something is not done yet, it's not done. Otherwise, you end up eating what is uncooked.
But you would know, for example, that in the past year, it's been a very tough year for Nigerians.
Quite.
And tough in all ramifications. And what would you be selling to them to make them understand that this is just temporary?
Well, the first thing I like to sell is the integrity of the captain of the ship.
And I use the word sell with all due sense of responsibility.
I understand.
You're not giving me a yarn.
No.
Because you're not paying for this.
No.
Okay. I should charge you, actually. Okay, go ahead.
No. The first thing I'll sell to Nigerians is the integrity of the captain of the ship. If you have some doubts about the captain of your ship and you run into a storm, you then begin to panic. But if you know that this captain is tested, is seasoned, and he will not abandon the ship, then you stay with him. So I would like to tell them, the captain of a ship, the president, is somebody who knows where he is going.
Really?
He knows where he is steering the ship. It may be tempestuous for now, but we'll get to safe harbor. We'll get there. Yes.
Isn't it too old? Is his brain as sharp as it should be at 73?
Well, at 73, you're not exactly a young man. But Tunisia elected an 88-year-old man last year. He's leading the country. As long as a man is sound mentally, sound physically, sound spiritually, he can be president. Our constitution did not prescribe an upper limit.
Okay, you tell me.
It just prescribes the lower limit as to who can become president.
Tell me something that we don't know.
Yes.
That will indicate that this man is strong. Does he jog in the morning? Does he do whatever? What does he do?
No. The thing is the volume, the work he does, and the long hours he runs. I'll tell you, where did we go? I think it was Washington. We flew in, and when we got there, all of us who were a lot younger wanted to take some nap. The president got going immediately. We hadn't arrived an hour. He was in his first meeting.
He's slimmer than you now. So, is it what he eats?
God doesn't make us all the same way. The world will be born if we all are the same way.
He's probably healthier than you.
Well, he's healthy. I can guarantee he's healthy.
What is it that you will give to Nigerians to make them understand that truly there would be a horizon that the sun will rise?
Thank you. I am not the one that will be giving Nigerians, really. Oh. Nigerians already bought it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. That was why they voted for him.
That was then.
No.
People are regretting. Please don't start that.
When you say people, be scientific. What percentage? 50 million people voted for him. Unless you show me scientific evidence that of the 50 million, this is the number that has changed its mind and all that. No, let's be scientific. People are with this president. Oh, you won't believe it. People are with him.
No, I always say, give me some sugar.
Yeah.
There's so much Nivaqueen and bitterness.
Yeah.
Give me some sugar. Give us things that will make us know that, okay, this man is thinking about us. Deal with the issues that will affect us. We're glad to see the 21 girls released, for example.
Great.
What about the other 197 that are still there?
When some things are not within your total control, what can you do? What can you do?
But have you heard that the whole Boko Haram issue is some kind of fluke? That maybe it was a decision, it was something that was done to get the last admission out of it?
Whoever tells you that, question the sanity of that person. The whole northeast of the country was devastated. Last week we heard that goods worth $9 billion were destroyed in the northeast. Between 20 and 30,000 souls were lost. And then it will be a fluke. Anybody that says that to you, question his sanity.
Do you remember Ruben was here a while ago, Dr. Abbas was here, and we read something in recent times about how spiritual things are going around in the Asoro. Are you safe?
I wrote a response. Did you read it?
I didn't read your response, actually.
I think you need to read it. I'll give you... The headline of my piece was The Unspiritual Side of Aso Villa. Yeah. If you Google it, you'll get to read it. His own was The Spiritual Side of Aso Villa. So my response was The Unspiritual Side of Aso Villa. By the time you read it, you get my perspective on it. And my perspective is that whatever happens in Aso Villa happens in any part of the world. If people
shenanigans
of course, it's typical of human beings. If people fall sick in the villa, they fall sick outside it. If he said...
no, but tell me, haven't you heard that they bury things in Aso Villa?
Don't they bury things outside Aso Villa? They bury things everywhere. I didn't see anything buried in Aso Villa, but if they say they buried, don't they bury anywhere else?
There's superior power inside here. So what's the best and the worst thing as I round up on the show? What's the best and the worst thing about this your job? Share it with me.
The best is that I have opportunity to serve my country. Out of 170, 180 million Nigerians, when you are called, come and serve your country, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I tell you that...
Did you accept joyfully, or were you worried?
I accepted tentatively. Tentatively. And I tell you, if not for the person of the president...
Did he call you himself?
I'll tell you the story. If not for the person of this president, I would never have accepted this kind of job.
So Nigerians should be patient with your principle.
Oh, and they'll be glad they elected him.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes, I must go. My producer is saying, wind down, but it's been an interesting conversation with Mr. Adesina, and I hope you'll tune in again, same time next week for Seriously Speaking. Bye for now.